Moin moin, hello everybody. This time my audio actually works. All it takes sometimes is a quick stream restart, lol. Yeah, funnily enough, it is already 5 minutes past the starting date. And we have perfect timing actually. The teams are getting ready. And that means I can also write in that we are ready finally. Yeah, don't ask me. Windows updates are weird sometimes. But yeah, I hope you're all having a great day so far. Of course, you know I can go even further saying I hope you all have a great weekend so far. Why not top it off with some good League of Legends? Why not top it off with some wins for your favorite team? Whichever that might be. I mean, we're on the Pandaric channel, so it's very likely Pandaric, you know. I know iCamper is a big Pandaric fan. Hello, Fire. Maybe he's a Pandaric fan as well. Who knows? Who knows? And we will jump, beautiful, into Champ Select. You can see we are on a blue side for the first match. And do I say the full name every time? Do I say a one-man army prime academy every single time? I don't know. I'm not too sure. I need a co-caster though. I actually need somebody to co-cast alongside me, and I'm currently looking for somebody. Yeah, I think I'll have Yumi. That's perfect. I'll have Yumi and those cute little mice guys as a co-caster today. So welcome to Yumi from League of Legends. She's a cat, so she cannot really say too much. But Yumi is there with me. You know, it's you and me, as the cool kids say. And, you know, it definitely doesn't have anything to do with that. You know, it doesn't really matter because it's just the first few bands. And we'll have 3 minutes to talk about the entire draft anyways. Nah. So far, some interesting bands like, I mean, yeah, Vayne against Zenny, that makes sense, right? He played a really good Vayne in many games, like it's been one of his pocket picks through history. And we will see, an interesting pairing. Now see, now we can start talking. Now we can, like we have a draft on our hand. Wait, who's alt addict? That one of the AOMAPA guys. Do we actually have a fan for Prime Academy team from AOMA? Aoma. Let's go with Aoma. Okay. So we saw the Maokai over there. And big thanks to I gotta shout it out, right? Big thanks to Sir Alucard for the follow 5 minutes ago. Big thanks to Fyro. I mean, tell me how you want your name to be pronounced, please. You know, because do I say X-Fire3O? Probably not, right? And big thanks to Große Pommes Ger. Good name, good name, my friend. But yeah, so we can finally look a little bit about the draft. You know, we're getting into a shape now. Naafiri is always an interesting shape. Yeah, I never really know. The good thing about Naafiri, she deals a ton of damage, right? The bad thing, yeah, she only deals the damage. So if you go in, okay, wait, help me out, chat. You know, Yumi is not really that great of a color caster and kinda scared of dogs. So does Naafiri have any form of crowd control at all? Like any, like a simple slow? Because I don't think so. I think she is as much damage as you can get, but I don't think she does Do the daggers slow if both connect? Something like that, maybe? Does she have a tiny little bit? Maybe, you know? Like Talon W slows a little bit, right? Like at least Talon has a slow, for example. But I think Naafiri has literally nothing. Now talking about crowd control. Every other champion has more or less available. We have Ashe, for example, that, you know, that's kind of... we put a stamp on it, you know, like on Ashe. It's one of those utility AD carries, right? So she has slows, she has her ult, which is a huge engage, disengage, whatever tool, whatever you need it for, right? Better as an engage, but it can also be used as a disengage. And then you also have Lulu with a ton of CC and peel ability. And then Wei, you know, ton of damage, ton of range, not too shabby. So Pandaric so far, I think really well rounded. The obvious missing part is tankiness, but if you have a ton of range, then, well, who needs tankiness if you have a lot of range, right? So, just saying, if you cannot get one-shot and hard CC, then it's kind of hard to one-shot people with a Lulu. Then, yeah, you don't really need tankiness. The thing, though, against a Jinx, if one guy goes down, Jinx has resets, and oh boy, also Naafiri with kills and resets, oh boy. Well, and there we finally have it. Smiler, it is indeed not a best of 3, it is a best of 2. We are currently in the Prime League Group 3, and I don't know how well you know how well informed you are about Prime League, but you know, to break it down really simple, we are in the group stage. So we have groups, we have 8 different teams in there, everybody plays everybody, kinda. And then it is always best of 2, which means you have 2 games. And yes, that means you can end the series in a 1 win, 1 lose, and that's it. You don't get to play the 3rd game. That means both teams will get a point, and at the end of the split, it's about who has the most points. So that is how the Prime League, so you know, the Dach region, Deutschland, Austria, CH Switzerland, you know, the Dach region handles it. So Germany, Austria, Switzerland, or Deutschland, Österreich, Schweiz, whatever you're more comfortable with here. Also, thanks Smiler for the follow, by the way. We appreciate it a ton. Now, I can finally talk a bit more about the team compositions and what I think of it. Lederjochens, first time chatter. I love it, so many people here following in, first time chatter. Let's go. It's so amazing to have you all here, to have you watch this game together with me. I'm the host, Elsram, together with Yumi. Yumi is just looking pretty over there, not really talking too much, but draft is down there, you know. Stop looking here, my eyes are... No, wait, the draft is down there. My HP bar... No, how it works. I have to think, actually. Because I think... I talked a ton about Naafiri so far, right? I think it's so funny. Like, Maokai is the exact opposite. He doesn't really deal damage. Yeah, you can go the ability power variant, or like the damage over time variant with the masks and stuff. And then your saplings deal a little bit of damage, like before the fight begins, but he doesn't really deal damage, right? But man, every single ability of this guy makes him either stay alive longer, like the passive, or it's utility and crowd control. The sapling, beautiful utility crowd control. His Twisted Advance, the W, I don't even have to talk about it. His Q, amazing peel tool, knockback, slow, everything. And the ult is... Whew, the ult is something else. And then we have Naafiri. Naafiri is the absolute counterpart to that. No utility whatsoever. But man, a ton of damage. A ton of damage. So that jungle matchup will be an interesting one. Obviously means Maokai can hover a bit more. And Maokai wants to put the gold not into his own pockets, but wants to make sure that the carries have a ton of gold. And then on the other side of AOMA, we actually have kind of a like 50-50 split, or again, it's like the complete opposite, that's what I want to say. They have the 50-50 split with Twisted Fate. While yes, he can deal some damage. Usually, people build him with Rod of Ages, that quite tanky, and then also with a Rapid Fire Cannon, just so he can more reliably get off those gold cards. And then he needs follow-up, and well, would you look at that? We have Jinx. She really wants that reset to go crazy, go into her passive. We have now Fury. Really wants to just one-shot somebody. Hey, what if Twisted Fate flings the gold card, and then you can get somebody? But again, that's the thing is we have beautiful counterplay into that. Like, yes, in theory, Wei and Ashe are non-mobile AD carries, Okay, Ashe has some self-peel, Wei has the fear, but let's be honest here, and let's stay true. It's not an Ezreal with the Arcane Shift, right? It's an Ashe. If she's caught, she cannot run away. But we have Gnar. This guy has a ton of CC. If he's in his mega form, oh boy, he will slow you, push you away. If you hit a wall even, then you will be stunned. And then there's Lulu with the polymorph, with the goddamn everything. So I actually think that's an amazing match that we have on our hands here. Not gonna lie, I think in theory, looking at the theme, I personally think that we have the better draft. But I'm not sure, honestly, because the catch potential is really good, and if you can get Aatrox to just split push and then split push with Twisted Fate and then go for a 1-3-1 in the mid to late game, and then you force Pandaric to properly react and to split out on the map, suddenly you can try to get some catches, right? So I like both drafts. Both drafts have an identity, both drafts have an idea. And now we will find out which team will execute it better. So, guys, join with me into the loading screen. I want your opinion here. Who has the best skin? That's important. Okay, well, okay, sorry. No loading screen for you, because loading screen only took a couple seconds. Let's heckin' go, guys. We are jumping straight into the game today. Let's go Pandaric, or let's go a one-man army. You can write it in chat, we need some hype here. And, usually I would like to introduce the teams, but look at this. What is happening? Okay, we're speedrunning this real quick. Okay. For our blue side, we have Pandaric, we have Soap in the top lane on the Gnar, we have Ranger in the jungle, we have Atomic, our well-known MVP in the mid lane, together with Senny, also well-known veteran by now, and Red Strike, of course, to make that last but not least player in the bot lane, a really important one. And on the red side, can I? Okay, nothing happening here. Lucky me. We have Alucard, Sidon, whatever. All the girls addict. I can feel your name, good sir. Paxi and Trailblazer in the bot lane. Let the game begin. It is the second and third game, respectively, for Pandaric and for a one-man army. In this summer split in the Prime League, in Group 3, Division 3, whatever you want to call it. Let's see who has the nerves, the preparation and the skill to pull it off. Because today, we will see where it goes. Well. Okay. Nothing too crazy happening so far. I'm glad this early game didn't completely escalate, because it had potential to completely decide the game. If there is potential for, I don't know, a triple, quadra or penta before the game even starts, technically, well, it is with invades like those, both teams stacking. And oh boy. I mean, our camera is currently in bot lane, and yeah, that is also an oh boy moment, a lot of things happening, but would you please look at this guy? Nothing unusual, but then look at this guy. This will be so interesting. Bot lane, both bot lanes are moving instantly. And we might have Red Strike in trouble here, I'm not too sure. Yacht Flash from Maokai here. Will we see a first kill? Ranger dropping kinda low, the only one left tanking. And it will be a kill. And now Atomic also in danger, try to move. But it will be jumped on. Meanwhile, Trailblazer in all that scrappiness will fall. But it was a double kill for the Naafiri, and of course that is a bit of a problem. That's what I was talking about, right? Like, okay, I wasn't literally talking about the gold distribution. I said Maokai can hover a lot and give away the gold to the laners. But at the same time, also said it's like this weird 50-50 split. Alt Girls Addict, he doesn't really need the gold, right? But, man, Siren. Whew, Sideon. That guy wants the money. And, yeah, it will be revealed that the dog is on almost 2000 gold already before 4 minutes. Now, never forget, gold in your pockets is essentially worthless. It has a lot of potential, but as long as you haven't spent it, well, it doesn't do anything, right? And to a certain extent also, you know, if you have 3 long swords or 4 long swords, yeah, not really too big of a difference, but if you suddenly have a full item and the other guys do not, well, then you are looking really strong. So yes, technically, Naafiri has a big lead. And of course also the Jinx getting 2 assists there, you know, it's not too shabby, right? It's a decent start for a one-man army, but nothing too terrible for Pandaric to handle. Not the end of the world, as some people love to say. Now also, what about the top lane matchup, by the way? Because, yeah, exactly. I feel like, technically, Gnar is really good in this matchup until he isn't, right? So, Gnar is always really interesting, don't forget. Yes, he has a ranged form, but at the same time, he's like one of the squishiest champions in the game. As long as he's not Mega Gnar, and you know, most of the time will be spent in Mini Gnar. And of course, as I'm talking about it, we will see Soap battling it out, getting level 6 here, but the World Ender instantly popped as well and being shoved away. Yes, Soap realizes Alucard played that one well, literally in the middle of the like the lane itself and the wave, making sure he cannot be shoved into any walls, not receiving any extra damage, extra stuns. I actually want to read really quick, you know, because oh, you okay, Fire, you're the alt addict fanboy or fangirl. Okay, yeah, that's amazing. Now it is maybe time to shine. Coming down here with the gold card. Trailblazer dropping kind of low, has to flash out. Ranger is here all along, trying to get out with the Twisted Advance, but will not do so. Trailblazer still super low, will stay alive with the heal. And now, who let the dogs out is the question I'm asking, because the Feat of Warfare was taken. And it is 3 kills on freaking Naafiri. 3 kills on the dog. And I don't know, I think it's not a full item yet. Okay, so of course that's not really a good start, right? You don't want 3 kills on Naafiri, but until your next reset, you will not have a full item on the dog. So, you know, we gotta see the positives. No, we gotta stay realistic here. The power spike for most full items is just insane. And you know, yeah, okay, yeah, we have a tunneler here, some AD, pickaxe, you know, ruby crystal. Yeah, of course, that's good stuff, don't get me wrong, but as soon as you have your full item there... Oh, hold up, wait a minute, hold that thought. Soap with the ward in the bush. He's just solo poloing Alucard there. I just talked about how both top laners are doing a good job there, but now Soap had the upper edge, the upper hand. Und den längeren Hebel, as we love to say in German. And this, you know, this dragon, I've come to terms with it. It's not really, yeah, it's not that great of a dragon usually. Even the soul, I think, is just win rate wise, you know, looking at the numbers, not really that good. But in the early game, I think it's quite nice. Now, if you can trade this objective, the Void Grubbies for it, but we only took one so far. We will take a second one, but the third one will not go into our pockets. And yeah, Ranger can flash away, but can he run away? Because Paxi is going crazy, is on the hunt. Ranger, really good Twisted Advance there to not get caught by the traps. Now also the arrow will be invested. Twisted Fate saying hello though, and Alt Girls Addict doing exactly what a Twisted Fate wants to do. Be in side lane and then use the gate, use the Destiny. That's what it's called, by the way. It's called the Destiny and then gate. And then go for those catches. Beautiful stuff. Really well played. But Pandaric is striking back. Like, yes, they are always a bit on the back foot so far. And yeah, Saidan is... I want to say, you know, we can still handle him, but he will be a problem. On the next backport, oh man. Atomic has to flash away there. Really good depth charge. Light Trailblazer. Just playing good League of Legends right now. That's what they are doing here. You know, they have a small lead and they are executing it in a really good way, you know, not just chilling on it. Because again, our teamfight potential is really good if we can survive the first burst. But if Jinx and Naafiri get the reset, I talked about it like 500 times already in Champ Select. But yeah, I will still stand by it. If they cannot find a kill, then their team composition is not really good, right? But their team composition is really good at finding a kill, shutting somebody down. At the same time, I also talked about Aatrox maybe forcing Gnar, Soap, to not be with his team, and well, Soap is looking really solid on this top lane. Now Alucard got to play the steel caps to maybe have a bit of a better shot to not get poked too much by Soap. The third Darkin Blade will not connect here. It looks so close to me, but it also feels like Soap has this under control now. Meanwhile, uh-oh, Atomic! He smells it. He smells the dog. The dog is wet. The dog has a certain smell. Wet dog smell. And he will not be able to find more there. Now, meanwhile, on top lane, look at this. The tree from the forest is jumping in, helping, and taking a kill even. I'm not even mad. Really good stuff. And now Naafiri had the backboard, by the way. We can now have a discussion about the Spear of Sojin. Yeah. I mean, it's a good choice, right? It's a good item, that's for sure. And it is the first champion in the game with a full item. So that is quite important. Both teams know it. They have to play around that. Now at the same time, wait, did I say thank you for the follow yet to Odin Absolute Zero? I don't think so. I mean, again, it's absolutely crazy how many follows we're getting today. So, again, thank you guys for tuning in, for following. And also for not just leaving me alone here, you know? I'm not just hanging here, but I have an awesome chat to read through. Always fun to have some interaction here. Yeah, I don't think Atomic has any interaction there whatsoever, because yeah, I can't even hype that up, man. He's just dead. Like, really dead. Like, he basically died 2 times. And that's just turrets, you know? Can we get a kill on the dog here, though? I think kind of a misplay there using the dash. Yeah? Damn! Ranger showing who's boss in the jungle. And wait, was that a shutdown? I need to check that real quick. I cannot actually see it. So that is something. And also, 100 gold shutdown, thank you so much. My heart stopped, or how do we say that, you know, it dropped into my pants, as we like to say in German, because for some reason on my, my OBS froze for a second, so, you know, maybe I'm sharing my feelings with Nafiri right now. Everything was going great, and then suddenly, you know, there was one mistake, and I was looking at OBS, and it seemed like it crashed, but nope, we're still live. I'm happy that we are. Oh, Poxy, you want to take the wave? Well, no, you will not. Get zoned away, Jinx. My name's Ash. I'm the archer from afar. Good stuff, good stuff. So I don't know if you can really hold that position. The wave is coming in. He could get off. But also, Pandaric knows that they are here for a while now, so they were slowly moving. Twisted Fate making sure, where is everybody? Well, bot lane, the ADC, Senny all alone. Now the Ghost getting activated. Alt Girl's Eric with another gold card, barrier. But I don't think it will be enough, or will it? I mean, the minions also dishing out a ton of damage, flash for flash. Can the minions finish the job? I'm not sure, but I don't think so. Man, that was way too close for comfort. But it is what it is. After all, hold up! Can we finish? Can we finish? With a Q? No! Red Strike flashing, but Alt Girl's Addict getting out of there. That was absolutely illegal. Stolen that kill from Red Strike. And that has to hurt. And I mean a lot. We used 2 flashes and a barrier trying to not die there, and yeah, it didn't help. But hey, meanwhile Senny is out for revenge because Soap is also out to revenge the team, to revenge Pandaric here. But for now, not too much will happen. I mean, you know, just looking at the general state of the objectives, we did get 2 against 1 Void Grubby. We're even in Dragons, and also looking at the gold, like, yeah, sure. Nafiri, it's probably all on Nafiri, right? Yeah, Nafiri is ahead, 1k gold. Oh, also Twisted Fate is super rich. But then we also look at Senny, and we also look at Soap, and they have a ton of money as well, so... And well, now we got the first turret, so the gold advantage doesn't really exist anymore anyways. So might as well call the game by its name. It's an even game. It's for both teams to take. No real full team just snowballing away so far. Ooh, look at this Ranger. With an optimized jungle clear. This is not this tree's first rodeo in the jungle, and we can see it. Meanwhile, the Destiny Gate combo will not be pulled off. Destiny only, no gate. Really, I really gotta... It's 100 seconds though. It's like 3 waves basically. It's not too bad. I thought this will have more, honestly. I thought it would be like 2 minutes, like 4 waves, but nope. I'm not as good as as gut. Gut, das ist gut. Not as good as I apparently used to be in looking at, or like knowing the cooldowns. But I always thought like global cooldowns will have at least 2 minutes. You know, if I compare it to Nocturne or like Stand United from Shen and stuff like that. But yeah, it's Twisted Fate's whole identity, right? I mean, okay, yeah, it's also Shen and Nocturne's whole identity to jump into the action, so... Well. Well, and Old Girl's Addict. Not going for a rapid fire cannon second, but going for a damage option here. Like again, some Twisted Fates, they will go more or less for utility, for more cooldown reduction, for more gold cards, rapid fire cannon, for more range for the gold cards. And here, Old Girl's Addict wants to deal some damage. And Twisted Fate is not the best at it, but he's certainly not bad at it either. Ranger also not the best at engaging if the team is not in position, so I am certainly not mad about that not working out. So just jumping in the Minignar, he needs his rage, he needs to grow big and grow strong. Ranger, with the help of Lulu, will stay alive for a while, and now this is looking kinda awkward. The Spiraling Despair, of course, dealing some damage, but not really doing too much. We did win the War of Attrition and the War of Space. And if we do not lose the mid lane turret, then this is giga worth it. If we lose the mid lane turret for a dragon, I'm not too sure. Don't know if I like it. Now the argument can be made, hey, they had Nasher anyways, so, you know, they will just get the turret anyways. Now yeah, Naafiri realizing if I bonk into the turret, then I'm probably dead, and I don't know if you want to be dead like that. Wait, are we seeing a fight here? Are we seeing an engage? Ranger? We don't really have any ults up whatsoever, except for the Gnar ult, like on both teams, so... Also, warm welcome to Olis, of course. And thank you, BeanieLol, for the follow! Love to see it again. Thank you all so much for the follows, for the interaction, for everything. Makes streaming so much more fun. And I hope you also enjoy watching some good League of Legends, because you know what? We are in Division 3 or Group 3 by now, and some games are pretty damn interesting up here. And I will diss all Challenger people in chat right now, but at least that's what it looks like to me. To me, sometimes some team compositions or some moves made by Division 3 and higher look better than pro play sometimes. If I look at some really poor pro play games and really good Division 3 games, then sometimes the Division 3 games look even more interesting. For example, look at this clean opportunity. Will there be counterplay? Yeah, mid lane of course. But we took a turret, we took Alucard's mantle, and his third death is what we brought. And that also means, yeah, no way Otacon can be contested, you know. I was thinking about, well, maybe with the, oh, well, poor Lulu. Let's strike, Atomic. They are the heroes right now because they were trying to buy time while we were doing Otacon. But yeah, that's the thing, right? Beautiful, just high elo gameplay here. I rate this game 5 out of 7, just like the scoreline basically. But both teams responding correctly here. Responding really good. Oh, Ranger. This Maokai is on a war trip. Jesus Christ. I talked about how a Maokai will not deal as much damage. Oh, the arrow connecting. Trailblazer stunned for a while, but will not be chased after. And thus will get away. But yeah, now I have to maybe talk about Cloud Soul a little bit. Is Cloud Soul insane for Pandaric this game? I do think so, honestly. Like, only, for example, looking at Senny throwing out the Enchanted Crystal Arrow to engage or disengage, and then having an easier time doing it, you know, having an easier time spacing properly and orb walking. Same for for everybody kinda, right? Maokai has an easier time following it up. Gnar stunning, throwing everybody into the wall, can easier position himself. And of course, we cannot forget just how fast we will move across the map then. With 3 Cloud Dragons. So, that is kind of the win con that we have chosen. And I like the win con for Pandaric. Oh, hold up, Trailblazer flashing forward, hooking, all the CC, all girls Eric jumping in there, Ranger way too deep now, and suddenly it all explodes out of nowhere. That was a lonely attack damage carry in mid lane. His name was Senny, and he was a bit lost. Because man, a one-man army, they just showed out of nowhere. But that's exactly what their team comp wants to do, right? And again, that's why I think it's so interesting here. What we are looking at. Those 2 drafts, they couldn't be more different. And still they are answering each other somehow in a very weird way. But yeah, can we go for this objective? I don't know if we can, I don't know if we have the information. The dragon will spawn right now. Are we fighting this? Apparently the answer is yes. I wanted to say I'm not sure. Showing you the vision here real quick. Maokai in a flank angle. It will likely be a 50-50 unless we will force Sidian away somehow. Red team steals the Cloud Dragon. Nafiri having more luck with the smite right now. But the fight now rages on. A really good Gnar, and that means shot down onto Nafiri. You won the smite fight, but you will be the first one to fall. Followed by Alucard and also Poxy all alone there. This AD carry will be shot down by Atomic, and honestly, that is a really good consolation prize for not getting the dragon. Of course, in a perfect world you get everything, but here you gave away the dragon, but you got kills, you got a ton of gold. It's like, yeah, ton of gold. Oh, poor little Maokai maybe? I don't know. Is Ranger tanky enough to not be engaged on or to survive it? The gold card. Yeah, it will not be enough damage. Like Alt Girls Addict, he went the damage route, but it takes a while to kill Ranger. Now Lulu throwing everything we have to make sure Ranger stays alive. Stays healthy, jumping. Oh, the rocket. Blocked by Red Strike. Now that is a support. Every inch of his being supporting the team. But now I like the Nash setup because it's really hard to get in there. We know we kinda have to. No, we get the steal! What do you mean? Ranger making the unthinkable happen. We lost the Cloud Dragon, but now we win our hearts back. Nasher's heart was taken, not by the dog, but by the tree. And we earned KRB Kuma's follow for that, so thank you so much. But this game has suddenly took a swing. It felt super even until right now. We got some kills. Like, Twisted Fate is still the only champion in the game without a single death right now. And let's have a look at his ult. Will we? It's like a minute now. Yeah, okay, 80 seconds. But the cooldown is getting lower and lower. And now Altgirl's Addict also has the rapid fire cannon that I've been talking about for, you know, feels like 1,000 times. And I'm waiting. Will we create objectives ourselves with waves? On Pandaric's side. Or will we wait for the next dragon to spawn, for the next Nasher to spawn? Because we want more items and better scaling. For example, like, don't forget, Alt Girls, Addict, Twisted Fate, really good passive when you wanna look at gold. Yeah. 140 extra gold so far. Well, make it a bit more, see? So of course you will be a bit behind. That means Twisted Fate on a free items and almost on a Deathfire cap, but Atomic really wants to hit that third item as well, really wants that Deathfire cap himself. So do we slow it down or do we try to get more stuff? Like obviously the inner turrets or the tier 2 turrets, whatever you want to call them, yeah, they have to die, right? No denying it. Against Nasher, you cannot really hold them. But hey, you can go on the offense and try to get one for yourself. Atomic will say no, good sir. Would thou please leave me turret? Because that is mine and we have the Nasher, so you cannot just take it. However, Nasher helps with minion waves. But the minion waves aren't the main thing for... Oh, interesting, Alucard. We'll get away here. Had to use ult and flash. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map... What are we doing here? We got to see the position. Nobody is split off the team. So no real opportunity for Alt Girls Addict to find a catch here. Our top lane could be in trouble. Yeah, I mean, we're trading Dragon for top lane turret. It's alright, I guess. Ranger takes his sweet time to get the Dragon. Yeah. AP Maokai, am I right? Not really too crazy, but good enough to keep it busy. To shave off a few seconds. And I want to have a look at the gold. Insane Soap. Suddenly so ahead. I mean, that's 3k, that's basically a full item. Probably not in reality, because they are buying bruiser items and yeah, they are a bit more costly. Oh, Ian going for an elixir, by the way. Have a look at this. The elixir of iron in Gnor's inventory. Boosting allies' movement speed as well. You know, the stat sticks are one thing, but leaving behind a trail that allows your team to follow you a bit faster, sure. That is some good actual utility, right? Old Girls Addict. It's always the question, when do you pull the trigger? What are you looking for? Do you have to read where everybody is? Because, like, if they... Yeah, okay, they have a free map right now. Ashe forced to flash away. Now Ranger... Okay, hold up. I think this might be the game-deciding fight. Lastly, Soap also joining with the teleport. Maokai not really tanking a lot. Tanking a little bit, but now shot down for City. And Alucard falling! Not getting to do Aatrox things, if you want to call it. That Soap, no flash, but has ult ready. Old Girls Addict wants to annoy Pandaric a little bit from the other angle of attack. So far it has been a 1-for-1 trade. Both teams left with 4 members on the map right now. Half a minute for Ranger and Alucard to also join again and then maybe go for the 5v5 again, because as we saw, both teams weren't comfortable for the 4 versus 4. And honestly, can you blame them? You know, taking a step back and just, you know, thinking a little bit about the Prime League system. It's interesting, right? If you're in a best of 3 series, you can kinda go in with the mental state of, hey, if I throw the first game, it doesn't really matter, right? If they have a pocket chip, pocket chip of course, pocket champ that they want to leave open, and you know, we want to figure out if we need to ban it for this round, then sure, whatever, right? But in our best of 2 format, in the Prime League, Group 3, that's not how it works, right? Every single win matters, and Atomic certainly matters as well, flashing out and just surviving. With a sliver of health, he is not allowed to stay alive here like that. But apparently, that's what I meant, right? If he doesn't go down, then Jinx doesn't go crazy. Then Naafiri, no resets. That is so ballsy though. But I get it, and I like it. I like both teams going a lot for the ballsy play here. Alucard now here, Soap in trouble. He will get a shield from his Sterox. He will fall though. Nash has been taken. And at the same time, we will get a kill for a kill again. Poxy dead in the graveyard right now, waiting to come back onto the map. But we got the Nasher, and that is just a W in itself already. And the W we certainly take. But still, I don't think it's unwinnable for a one-man army. I think they are showing good signs. They are showing what they are capable of. Capable. Very German, yes. Oh, yeah. Dragon in 20 seconds. I'd say for Pandaric, this dragon would boost the potential win rate of this game by 20%. I think if they are at a spot of like, yeah, 60% of times they win it. I think if they get the soul, then they will be at a 80% win chance here. They will get the soul. They will get the third one. Now Sani on the hunt. He doesn't want to go away and reset. No, he's out for blood. And Old Girl's Addict, we will not stop for you either. And now with the Nasher buff in the mid lane, I really love the decision here from the Naafiri to just shove out. Make sure the wave is not too big, but there's only so much you can do. And so far we had 2 big swings for Pandaric. Even though a one-man army, they aren't being completely outclassed or anything. They are playing solid, but not good enough in this game, not when it counted the most. And guys, that means I can call it the 2 beautiful letters, the G and G. Join me in chat, of course, for the reaction. Both teams have fought well, but for the first game, Pandaric will be ahead. Man, what a game. What a game. Super close for a long while, and then still almost going on for 40 minutes. So yeah, that was anything but a stomp, and for I'd say 30 minutes it was anybody's game to take until the last few fights where Pandaric certainly got ahead really well in a really good fashion. But yeah, I want to see how the teams adapt. I want to see what the plan is now. I want to see game number 2. And I think you don't want to miss it either. It's going to be a good one. I love the second game. How do we adapt? Do we say just go again? It wasn't a draft, you know, just pull it off once more. Try something really similar or just the same. Who knows? Who cares? We can only find that out after a small break though. The players need a small break. We need a small break. You need a small break as well. Get up real quick. Move your body. It's healthy to do so. To then be on full power once more for the players. For them to perform and for you as well. To have all the attention span you need to comprehend what is going on in those games. Because man, the macro, again, the macro was really good in this game. Taking the Aatrox in bottom, and then the proper answer, not going bottom, no, just pushing through mid, and then 2 people going back, the 2 people with range and peel, but then Lulu getting caught by the Destiny from... It was, you know, good macro. Love to see it. And again, you don't want to miss that. So be right back. Going into the break right now, and in 5 or 6 minutes, we will be back with a draft, with a game. And with maybe a 2-0 for Pandaric, or with a comeback for One Man Army. See you there. Hello, I am back with a confession to make. I said after the break we will have a game. Well, not quite ready yet, so all we have to do is yap. Look at Yumi. Yumi, what do you think about the last game? You had a... you liked what you saw? Well, Yumi looks kinda surprised, just as me. How long is the take? The take breaking, yeah. How long is the break taking? Well, all I can do is be here for you guys and keep you updated. That is my job right now. And until then, I don't know. You know what? Let's look at my your shop, right? Let's do some content here. Can I get lobby code? I don't know. I usually get an invite from Seni. We gotta do content now, though, guys. We gotta do content. I'm preparing content, okay? I'm preparing the content. I wanna open your shop on my account that I haven't played in for I don't know how long. Oh no, never mind. There's an invite. Okay, perfect. I thought this is a your shop stream right now, but apparently we're going back to the second game. And apparently there is a side swap. Yeah, does look like it. That is for sure. Gonna wish everybody good luck. And they are jumping into draft once more. Now again, that's the interesting part. I would personally love best of 3 because then you can adapt even more. But wait, somebody left. Somebody left. So your shop stream after all. We're doing this now. I don't care. I don't care. Okay. If we can have a... Wait, that's not how this works. What's happening? Other people leaving as well? I don't know. My chat died as well. Not the Twitch chat, you know, that's the important one, but the chat where I would see what is up, so yeah, I think it's your shop time, right? What is happening? What is happening, guys? I hope they're not asking me any questions, because I can't see the lobby at all. And that's what I would like to see right now, but I can't. I shall not see the lobby. Oh, finally. Okay, we're jumping back once more. And that is what we love to see, of course. Right, Yumi? Yumi's super excited. Let's go. Nah, so... Okay, first of all... Wait, I can even enable scores, you know, just so it feels better, right? Do it with me, guys. Do it with me. Look, oh, we have scores now. Pandaric just won. So they are up 1 point. Boom. That's the good stuff, right? Pandaric winning the first game. But now they have to prove it once more on the red side. And looks like both teams are kinda happy with their first rotation bans, because if I'm not mistaken, those are the exact same, right? And it will be a Nafiri first pick. It's getting hovered and it's getting locked in. Do I like that? Like, okay, sure, Nafiri itself is fine. But something has to change, right? You can't just... You cannot just draft the same and then expect a different result. Or, well, sometimes you can, but... Well... If you have won the first game, though, then you can kinda do the same thing again. Don't forget, we are on another side this time. We are on red side. So... That is important. It means, okay, what's the difference? Blue side has first pick, right? And, I mean, first picking Nafiri is kind of whatever, I think. I don't think we would have picked it away. Maybe I'm totally wrong and Nafiri is still the highest priority jungler of all time and insane and super flex and whoa. But personally, I feel like it's a good pick, don't get me wrong. But... You just played it, you didn't win. Sure, it was good. It wasn't... The early game was decent, right? But I feel like you did a lot of good things, right? Twisted Fate found a ton of good openings and a ton of good catches for the Nafiri to get fed. And it wasn't enough because Pandaric repicked a ton of peel. And think about all those times. How many times was somebody almost dead and then Lulu or somebody else, they stepped up, they did the thing, you know, did the peeling, did the CCing, did the shielding, did the healing, the whatever. And then nobody died and then, yeah, Jinx is crying. You need those kills pronto, like ASAP. I would have left TF open, I'm gonna be honest here, man. But hey, it just means we will get a different draft here. I would personally like something Syndra or Veigar-esque more. You know, not literally Syndra or Veigar, but something with their identity. Something with, I have some crowd control to enable my guys, like Veigar Event Horizon, that's the cage, or Syndra with her many ways to stun people, with, you know, her E as well. But also, maybe just as important, if not even more important, you need the resets on Jinx, right? You need to burst somebody down. And that's a fact. You need to find a kill. And if you cannot find a kill, then Nafiri and Jinx, they get no resets. And then they are, well, only half a champion. And that's why I personally think Syndra or Veigar would be good. I mean, Veigar is a lane priority, I want to say victim, but the V in Veigar stands for victim regarding lane priority for the first, I don't know, 10-15 minutes until he has like at least lost chapter. At least some points in his abilities. Until then he is kinda iffy. And the thing is, the players will know way better than me. Aurora still exists and is a champion, or Hui also exists and is a champion. That's what we picked really early in the last game. And the answer will be the Hui now. They should hire me as coach, honestly. I fully believe Syndra would have been better. Is it a better blind pick as well? I'm not sure. And I'm also going for the Trundle. Oh man, Trundle into Ornn in... No wait, this is Trundle support. No wait, this is Renekton support. No wait, this is Hui, Renekton, one-shot bot lane and Jinx top bullying and... No, I don't... It's very likely Trundle support. But I would of course love it if it, you know, was a bit more exciting, a bit... Something else, something different, you know, something new. New things are always cool. ADRE with Static. Static Schief in bot lane and AP Kog'Maw in mid lane. That would be exciting. Would it be good? Probably not. Would it be fun? Hell yeah. Nah, it's just what we expected, right? You want Naafiri in the jungle. Even though I don't even know. I mean, in Korea we see crazy supports. Remember the time at AD carries were the hot stuff, you know, on support. And then, hey, since Senna exists, we also have Wukong support sometimes, or Ornn support, or Sion support, or insert any random jungler, top laner, whatever, bruiser, yada yada. And now it is Trundle, also kind of a bruiser. But man, he will get bullied. Like in theory. Okay, that's my theory here. Maybe I'm cursing it, okay? But hold up, guys. Listen to me. Throw your opinion at me about my theory, okay? In this bot lane, from level 2 on, maybe even, Kog'Maw will press W. Lulu will speed this bad boy up, and he will spit on Trundle or on Jinx even, but mostly on Trundle. He will go blop, 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 and Trundle will cry. Like, sure, he has a ton of sustain with his passive, but it's not that much in the early game, right? Like, don't forget, Trundle passive, is it still the passive, like from the old Trundle, that you heal when... That sounded wrong, I mean... It is what it is, you know? Kog'Maw is always a bit weird. But I mean, I would love to be proven wrong by Aoma Prime Academy here. But to me, this bot lane doesn't seem to work. That's just... I mean, of course, Coach Hatu in here, I mean, he probably helped a lot with the draft for Pandaric, so he probably needs to think that the draft is good, right? Else he failed hard. But I'm kind of a neutral source here, you know. I will say if I think something doesn't work for both sides, and disengage it with the pillar, maybe? Kog'Maw presses W and then you press pillar in his face? I don't know. But in theory, Kog'Maw... That's something that a lot of people have wrong, by the way. Some people think Kog'Maw is this sort of hyperscaler that scales super hard with every single item and more, but the crit champions usually scale a bit harder and better with more items. Kog'Maw has some really weird power spikes, and I mean his main power spike is whenever he has W up and he can walk up to you and he can, you know, he can press W and start spitting on you. So Yeah, I also wanted to show that insane Ari skin, but once again, the loading screen didn't really exist. So yeah, I think we will just go into the game really soon. Yeah, everything seems to be good. There was a short pause, but we can jump into game number 2, my friends. Let's go. We're a bit fast. How far are we behind? That's just me, you know. Some people, they cast. I mean, I can zoom in on Atomic skin, by the way. Look at it. That's a lot of pixels that look really pretty. And then, yeah, then we have like Trundle in the base skin. Trailblazer is like, yeah, I'm trolling, by the way. But yeah, game number 2. Pandaric, 1-0 ahead. If it was the best of 3, but it is not. But hey, we can show it anyways. And Atomic kinda losing the first trade here in mid lane. Getting some fresh ink shot right in his direction. Do we have... Oh, yeah, Mana Flow band stack. You know the rules. If Mana Flow is on your side, stacked first, and then you win the game. Then the opponent has to FF. Okay, so Trundle did start pillar level 1. It's interesting, I gotta check the stats out here. Okay, what do I guess? I guess 20 seconds cooldown. Oh, hold up, heal already used. Oh no. This is so volatile. What is happening here? Sani dropping low, but now they get level 2. I don't even get to analyze this. And he tries to auto that. This is crazy. This is absolutely crazy what's happening down here. The disrespect, the madness. But yeah, okay, I need to see some numbers here. Pillar, 21 seconds, 75 mana. Okay. Passive should still be the same. No, I wanna see bot lane now, autocam. He restores 2% of its max health when something dies in Trundle. So again, in the early game, it's not too crazy. What is crazy though? So getting an easy first blood on top lane. Solo Bolo, not even close. It was pretty close, but you know, we're a bit Pandaric favored here, so let's just say it was close. Atomic though, kinda struggling in the mid lane here against the high range artillery mage. Alt Girls Addict. The movement and I mean the map movement in general is really what stood out to me, by the way, for Alt Girls Addict. Of course, it's kind of Twisted Fate's job, but he did really good with it, you know, with priority and all that stuff. Okay, the pillar. Will the pillar be enough to keep going? Why? Okay, there's the flash. We cannot get the kill with the Coggy, but we will get the kill with Ranger. And this should be a snowball, by the way. This should... I mean, again, I think we all agree here in chat that this bot lane is really hard to play here. I personally think we would have needed something to contest at range. Something that Jinx also likes. We would have not needed a Trundle, but hey. Trailblazer, again, prove me wrong. Really funky with the rune setup as well. With the spellbook and with the hex flash, you know, and all the good jazz. Whew, Lulu also literally pinging it in chat, by the way. Don't know how I can... Look, you cannot turn off chat, but you can forget that it's there if it looks like this. Perfect. Yeah, can you even tweet if I open it and close it? I think I will never get chat back this game. If we have a pause and I want to see what's happening, then yeah, unlucky me. Anyways, so while Soap got a kill, he is behind some minions, some pressure. Oh, Alucard, he wants that plate. The crocodile was like yummy plating gold, good. And compared to the last game, Nafiri didn't do anything so far. But, you know, just power leveling, which is also doing something, right? That is always an option that you can go for, and that is also what I meant in the first game. You know, we have the Maokai Nafiri matchup again, and that's exactly what I meant. Like, you need to be more gold efficient on Nafiri's side compared to the Maokai. Maokai, you can just chill a little bit. You can't just take a dragon, right? Like, look, this perfectly shows us what is happening here. This guy power farming, scaling up. This guy taking 17 years to just start this dragon and maybe try to get the dragon done, you know. We could see a fight here though. Now Alucard has watched a little bit too much Baus. He thinks he's Saiyan. But anyways, I mean, what are we waiting for here? Yeah, Trailblazer thought about jumping over there. Just steal it with Pillar, bro. I think it deals 1 damage, right? If Ranger can steal your Nash like he did in the last game, then you can steal it with a Hex Flash Pillar into dying or something. Oh, he did get the smite though. Yeah, right. Spellbook shenanigans. Sure. Was just not correctly guessing it. I haven't checked chat, by the way. I literally looked at chat right now and I saw the message about smite now. Yeah. He's just a botched jungler, you know. Why aren't we seeing Ivern with Spellbook every game? Just walk into the enemy jungle, get prio. You know, maybe because that's the problem, the get prio problem. Because, you know, technically, Trundle could do the same. Walk over into the enemy jungle and then smite away camp and go yummy yum yum. But you need prio for that. And if you don't have prio, well, then you're having a bad time. So, maybe don't do that, guys. Maybe don't run it down for, you know, for no reason. It's so interesting, like, we got the solo kill on top lane. Oh, hold up. Oh, this is terrible for Poxy. Oh, no. Oh, no, he will not be able to get Red Strike. He will not be able to get anything. Yeah, he just stands there. He's like, I know my destiny at this point. I will die here as I stand. I don't know if that is a sign of tilt even or something. Can't really tell you. But what is happening on top lane, by the way? Soap, he doesn't even take damage. I mean, a one-man army, they wanted to prepare a top lane dive, right? But Soap just said no because he didn't take any damage. And of course, I know what I'm saying here is technically not the truth because he did take some damage, but while trading, he lost like quarter of his health and he dealt like half of Alucard's health, and that doesn't seem very fair to me. But hey, who am I to judge? And I also like the way we're playing this right now. The Mountain Dragon, absolutely massive for us, by the way. In case you're wondering, okay, why is this so massive for us? All we want to do is keep our front line and back line alive so Kog'Maw can deal damage. Yeah, talking about keeping people alive. Wasn't close enough, you know, so... we made the game a little bit closer. But yeah, to get back to my point, like, Mountain Dragon scales insanely well if you have shields, for example. Because the shield gets more effective with defensive items. And the cool thing is, Kog'Maw can also... technically you can build two damage items if you want. And after that, you can build a Randuin's or something. I mean, that's the old school example. But you can build whatever you want, technically. You can also go for Wit's End or something that has some resistance on it. And then guess what? You get more with this dragon. Now, funny enough, I think the next dragon is not as insane for us. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, Mountain is 5% more armor magic resistance, and as I can show here. Oh, Atomic! Survive, please. Still has Spirit Rush up. Please survive. Wait, he flashed instead of vaulting. Okay. Just wanted to be 100% sure. Like 1000% that he will not die here. Because of course Spirit Rush has an animation. You're not literally teleporting as you're doing with Flash. Oh, hello there! Ranger is on the hunt for trolls, but now Paxi joins the equation. And Ranger realizes, well, I kinda need some damage here, even though Red Strike was moving. Lulu, ton of CC. Maokai as well, ton of CC, but without any damage, it's kinda eh. Now Alucard finally looking better on top lane with the Black Cleaver. I don't think he can really go for the kill here. Spiraling Despair, hitting Atomic, and he will get some damage dealt to him. So, can you stop playing with my heart, by the way? Now the rocket also flying into top side. Will not connect though. And yeah, what I wanted to talk about, this dragon is not as insane for us as it would be for the enemy team. Like, I think this entire dragon talk is kinda pointless. You know, it's just nice to think about it, but in the end, whoever gets it and deals a tiny bit more damage, right? Oh, hold up, Soap, he's out for blood! And he will maybe get the rank. Meanwhile, blue team will seal the Infernal Rake, as I just talked about it. Whoever gets it, gets it. And Ranger is a bit lost in there. Will get big, will get knocked up. The knock-up effect here. Will get a shield as well. And Sani, he is devouring the hopes and dreams of Aoma here. The heal to speed up Atomic. Not really in range for a charm though. Old Girl's Addict will be slowed and the heal will be used here. Ranger, you greedy tree. Couldn't he just run away? Well, I'm not sure. But hey, he did not get killed by a champion. He got killed by the turret. So no kill gold for that one. Oh, beautiful charm. But no Spirit Rush up, else it would have been a kill. Aber hätte Fahrradkette, as we like to say in German. Oh. Yeah, fire. I can see it. I can definitely see it. This time, Old Girl's Addict is definitely on a champion that can 1v9 technically, compared to the Twisted Fate. Now, it will be hard to 1v9 if Soap and Ranger get some good kills here in top lane. Will they though? Ranger dropping dangerously low, will fall himself. The tree will go back into the earth where it came from. And now Soap and Trailblazer. Interesting fight here in top lane. Atomic also saying hello, will not go for the final Spirit Rush to trade kill for kill. Yeah, we want to play it safe here. Soap with the Spiraling Despair will not go down. The peel from Red Strike is just too insane. But then Old Girl's Addict said, well, would you look at the weather forecast? Thunder right from above. Got the kill there. Oh, he's away main. Yeah, I gotta say, in the first game, you know, Naafiri is a really good pair together with the Twisted Fate, don't get me wrong. Do we really have to talk about Paxi? Do we have to talk about that? Oh, okay, yeah. Poxy died, by the way. Hype. Sani getting an assist. But yeah, where was I? Twisted Fate, great champion, but he cannot really 1v9 carry, right? He doesn't have enough area of effect damage. He's mostly a utility champion, right? Even though Old Girl's Addict, he played him with what was it, Lichbane? Yes, as secondary item to have some more damage. But I think it's so interesting, right? In League of Legends, you choose your champion, and basically your entire identity in the game is your champion, right? Like, sure, you can... Atomic is in trouble, by the way. Is that cool? So you can alter your builds. You know, you can go for a more tanky build, for a more defensive build, for a utility build. You can alter your runes, and you can alter your jungle item, for example, or support item, you know, stuff like that. But it's just the fact, if you don't have area of effect damage, it's very unlikely that you can just get a pentakill, right? I think it's really interesting because, as you maybe know, I love to watch all kinds of different esports. And for example, in a game designed like Counter-Strike and then Valorant, you know, if you look at how characters are there, like in Counter-Strike, there are not even characters. Every single character is the same. Every single character can buy his loadout, and that's it. And in Valorant, yeah, sure, every character has his own gimmicks, but you still use the guns. And, well, if you click on the enemy head, then he will die, no matter what character you play. And I think that's what makes League so interesting, so unique, and so hard to master as well, you know? Because we can look at a bot lane and talk about it for hours, how it should play out, and, you know, how what will the gimmick be, and all things like this. And then that also means whatever skill set you're given the skill set, right? If you are a Soraka, you will probably heal people. If you wanted to build AP and then deal a ton of damage, then you had like, I don't know, 30 better options for that. Or again, well, if you want utility in the jungle, yeah, sure, you can buy Redemption or something on Naafiri, but it doesn't really make any sense, right? So you don't do that. Like, Naafiri is locked in to just try and assassinate somebody. Deal a ton of damage. And that's exactly what Zidian tried here. Will it haunt him? Because Ornn is also here. Big surprise. Going in with the Ornhorn. Old Girl's Addict has to flash away. Now Alucard threatening the backline here. Flashing in. Getting the kill onto Red Strike. Paxi not going crazy. As of right now, Spiraling Despair helping to take Ornn down. And Senny all alone. Fleeing in the very ends. And not finding anything with the passive. And I don't really know how exactly that flank worked. But the teleport was great. Turret gets destroyed from Paxi. And somehow we can see the lead. Somehow we can see Aoma coming back here. Are they too greedy with the tower dive though? Yes, they are. They didn't want Ranger in the base, but they had to pay a hefty price. Renekton getting the third death. And now Atomic with the teleport. Would you look at that? We don't want to give the dragon away without a fight. No Spirit Rush available though. The Jinx of all people gets the Hextech Dragon. And I have talked about those as well. That's the interesting one in my opinion for me. Attack speed and ability haste. That's the good stuff, man. That is also what Maokai, for example, you know, attack speed, I don't care. But ability haste, yummy. Good stuff, you know. Every character has something that he likes. It's either attack speed, ability haste, or both. Even if it's just a mid laner feeling a bit more smooth, you know. Being able to just move a little bit faster because you're weaving in auto attacks between your abilities. And with the 5% attack speed, it's a bit smoother, so you can move a bit faster. It's all about that, right? I love this dragon, and I 100% think that this soul is also the best soul in the game. It deals damage, it slows everybody, and it can proc multiple times in a team fight if every member is slinging it. So yeah, but as we just saw, either way, both teams can put up a fight. Both teams want to win this game. They want the points in the group phase of Prime League Group 3.1. And where will we go from here? Also the good old discussion as always with the ornament items. A bit of extra stats here. So Atomic, are you in trouble? Nah. Not really. Of course you don't like dropping low for no reason, having to reset, but could be worse, right? Now, my favorite topic, Ornn. While, yes, he does give you a ton of gold value and he gives you some good stats, don't forget, he doesn't give you any new passives, right? So, if you have a Zonios, you know, back then, with the old Ornn ornaments, it was then called the Paradox instead of the Hourglass. And while the stats get way better, sure, it's not like you can use it a second time or anything. So again, don't get me wrong, Ornn is a great champion for scaling, especially if you have a champion like Kog'Maw in your team that just loves raw stats. But don't you forget, you know, whenever I hear people say like, yeah, Ornn items are like worth 5,000 gold at least, and you know, when I hear 5,000 gold, I think about 1 to 2 full items. I think of like a Sterox effect, I think of a Zonios effect, and that's not what we mean when we talk about it. Now anyways, this fight has been brewing for quite a while, and Senny, oh, has to flash away. Honestly, I love the dance that we see here. And I love the pressure that Old Girls Addict is building here with this way. But of course, it's the entire team. It's also an interesting dynamic here. Soap can destroy terrain, so in theory he can always hold his own E to counter Trundle Pillar. That is something that, you know, they could do. Oh no, Ranger. Oh, you are in trouble, my friend. Yep, Old Girls Addict getting the kill there with the Spiraling Despair. And now, do we really want to take the fight? The Jinx traps are beautiful. We will step into them just to hit the knock-up, and Soap realizes, no, there is nothing to be gained here. There is nothing we can do, and certainly no reason to go in there once it was clear that it's, yeah, it will not go our way for Pandaric side. But honestly, I always have to applaud to both teams. I love the mental aspect of sports and League of Legends, right? And just thinking about how if you lose a game, you need to bounce back, right? That's the, you know, I need to bounce back after a lose. Some people get motivated by it, and then they feel like the underdog and have an easier time. Some people struggle really hard after a loss and are like missing motivation and stuff. But it's the same thing on the winner's side, right? If you win the first game, you can feel pressured, like, oh damn, now we won the first one, now we're supposed to also win the second one, right? So then also you pressure yourself. Oh, also, Senny. No way, no way, this is illegal, by the way. This is so illegal. No, he smashes into the wall, but can he get a kill? Senny, nope. He will just ratatatata the crocodile down. Make a nice pair of Gucci leatherbacks out of it. But Atomic, not... I mean, I have seen Atomic shine a ton of times. I have been casting this team for a while, you know. Always enjoying it, Pandaric. Shout out to the Pandaric staff, by the way. They're doing an amazing job of keeping all the casters up to date. What's important. It's absolutely amazing. But yeah, I have seen Atomic completely escalate, and this game is not really his game to escalate so far. He only has 2 kill participations, and he hasn't really found any openings yet, though, right? There's an important distinction, we have to say yet. Because Atomic, I know what he can do. And I know that he's on Ahri right now as well. Of all the champions in the game, this is one of the easiest to find good catches. Now at the same time, I think the team composition from a one-man army makes it a bit harder for Atomic to really find a catch. Like, look at this for example, Old Girls Addict, he can stay on a safe distance. And he has the mana at this point as well to just spam those abilities. So yeah, Ahri is a bit short range, don't forget this. Like, if you are a melee champion, then it feels like Ahri has infinite range, but if you are away, then Ahri feels kinda melee, right? It's like comparing Vayne in the bot lane with a Caitlyn or something. Alright, it's like comparing it's like comparing Kog'Maw when he presses W, or he does not have W ready. Also, big difference. It's almost a different champion, honestly. I mean, he deals like, what, 50% more damage, probably? Maybe even more. Like, Kog'Maw W is a crazy good ability. As you can see here. And it's not current health, right? It's just max HP. There's a reason why this has to cap at 100 two monsters, because if this wasn't the case, he could basically solo all the objectives in just a few auto attacks. Now, talking about soloing, Zenny a bit left alone. Maokai not there, and they are a bit too greedy with that wave. They wanted the priority when they could not afford to want the priority. And now without our AD carry, or you know, AP carry maybe as well, it is going to be a hard one. Ranger, of course, he doesn't really want them just do whatever they want to do, but he will pay with his flash. Alucard teleporting in. Now the Nash. Gotta zoom out for that one. Well, no, I can zoom back in because it will not be contested. I think... See, that's an interesting one again. I think if your mantle is at a perfect spot and you still have a sweeper or something, you know, or pink ward or whatever, I think you could have tried to maybe sneak a kill there. But for your mental game, just saying, okay, it is gone, let's not die for it, let's just have a mental and a map reset. Just accept the reality. One-man army, they have a lead. Let's try to properly play that game. I think it's fine. I think it might have been a mistake to contest it even in the first place. But yeah, an interesting game on our hands. Because don't forget, I think Zenny is at his strongest right now. And maybe he even wants to make me happy by going the Ronduins. Because, you know, the cloth armor and the ruby crystal, they would hint towards just that. But then you still have Alt Girl's Edict dealing a ton of damage. Now, talking about the way, dropping kinda low, Soap going in there but not really finding the follow-up from his team. Spiraling Despair getting the kill, and now we have the resets. Now it is a tough fight, and it is not really a winnable one. Trailblazer on the hunt with a Pillar Atomic, dashing away with the Spirit Rush, but it doesn't matter. Zenny trying to give himself a bit more space with the flash, and Zidion even jumping over the wall. Right now it looks like a one-man army. They are looking to retaliate, to bring it back, to make it 1-1. Red Strike. Well, I don't think you can defend this whatsoever. Can we maybe respawn in time? I think the reality says no. So GG to both teams. We will end this with a 1-1 score. So just for you guys, you know, before I tab out of this one real quick, I can show you the blue point on the top left. Wow. One-man army getting a point as well. So it is even, and it brings me back to the question that we had very early in the stream, or like in the middle of stream or somewhere. I don't know. What is time? Time is a construct. It's not real. Is this a best of 3? Well, no. That was it. It's a best of 2. And that is all that we will get for today, sadly. I would have loved to see a final conclusion, but that's not how the summer split 24-25 in Group 3.2 works. And talking about it, about this... how do I do that? Yeah, you don't need to see this. Talking about it. Let me prep something real quick here. Yes. Could have done that earlier, but who cares? Better late than never. I want to show you the group really quick. So, here we go. Group is in here, so you can have a quick look and we can discuss it really quick. That is a group 3.2 right now. And you can see that those green bars and the black bars, the red bars, excuse me. If you are in the green, so team 1, 2 or 3, then you will go into playoffs for the second division, the second group. That would be pretty prog. Then we are already pretty close to, you know. Then we are at least in semi-professional gaming, at least. But for now, Pandaric, well, they had a 2-2 score so far. And they are kind of staying true, you know, to the middle of the field, if we want to call it like that. So far, a one-man army, they went 1-1 against SVW, Esport Main. And they lost 2-0 against MT1, so the leader so far. So we can see the potential, right? And then again today they went 1-1 against Pandaric, you know, that already updated. But yeah, Pandaric's next game should be against Dark Moon Gaming. And honestly, I don't think you should miss that one, you know. I think you should see that one, you know, to put it into better. Black bars, yeah, no, red, yeah, black, red. I'm a bit. It's been a long weekend, okay. And this game also. Can I send you the bill for my heart attack after this one? I don't know. Is that how it works? But yeah, anyways. That's more or less it for today, you know. We can have a quick look at those standings. That's what it looks like right now. So, of course, the goal is to get into the top 3. But as soon as you realize that it's kind of a tough one, we cannot really get there, then, yeah, at least do not get into the bottom 2. And honestly, with today's performance, I think the at least don't be in the bottom 2 should be possible, for sure. But it's really early. Like be charitable. Yeah, okay, they lost 0-2 2 times, but it's really early, right? You can still evolve as a team. You can still find new threats. So, while of course every single win matters, I think we're still so early in the season. Can still go both ways. You can still screw everything up and go into bottom 2, or you can still just win a ton and then be in a top 3. That's just how it is, right? That's why it's always interesting, and you don't really want to miss a single Spieltag, as they are called, you know, play day. Just going for a literal translation here. So play day 3, I don't know if that one is set in stone yet for Pandaric, but so far it says 2 days and 23 hours. So that would be Wednesday evening. And yeah, I think I just read through it. Vorerst auf Mittwoch. So yeah, it looks like this will be the date. So just in case, don't forget to follow the channel, of course. Thank you again for everybody who did. Follow on socials, follow the Discord, join the Discord. And until next time, have a good one, have a good start into the week, and maybe we will see each other on Wednesday evening. Maybe it will be another day. Maybe it will be Warlix. He's an excellent caster himself as well. Until then, have a good one. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.